welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting on this 1 hour time frame for Bitcoin, because obviously yesterday we saw some massive volatility, and even earlier today here we saw a recovery in a pretty extreme way. So as I said in yesterday's video, it was a very tough call to make at the time because we were trading right on top of that Fibonacci golden pocket. Then what we saw a little bit later after I released that video is we got that candle close above the Fibonacci golden pocket, immediately shot up to this 0.786 Fibonacci level, sitting at about 101K for the Bitcoin price. After that, we did not successfully hold that 0.786 Fibonacci level as a level of support, and as a result, we immediately fell back down to this Fibonacci golden pocket, sitting between 98.8K and 99.2K. So yes, over the past 24 hours, this was the most important level to actually watch, and I do think that this will remain to be the case over the weekend here. Usually over the weekend we see some choppy sideways price action. Obviously, we have some insane volatility that we saw a little bit before we went into this weekend, but you can tell right here that since Saturday actually started, the market has really calmed down here quite a bit. Besides that, in terms of volume, you can see that this is also just quite low at the moment. And as far as I'm concerned, so long as we keep getting low volume here, likely we will just be chopping this Fibonacci golden pocket over the weekend. Now, if we actually lose this on the 4-hour time frame, for example, then we can start looking towards potentially coming down to this 0.5 Fibonacci level. But of course, it is still completely possible that we just hold this Fibonacci golden pocket here and everything is fine. We actually get another resumption to the upside. And I'm just being real with you guys. After we see such a massive dump and then a quick recovery like this, we're still right around that Fibonacci golden pocket. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I think this is very clearly a bullish setup or very clearly a bearish setup. To me, this just looks like we're chopping this Fibonacci golden pocket for a bit, and then we have to kind of wait for the market to give us some kind of clarity on what we are going to see next in terms of a potential bullish setup or potentially a bearish setup, but I'm not seeing any setup right now. So therefore, I'm just keeping my eyes on the lower time frames over the weekend here. And then next week, hopefully we get some more clarity from the market of what the next move is actually going to be for Bitcoin. If we take a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map though, you can see that exactly what I talked about yesterday is already starting to happen a little bit. We have to wait for some liquidity to pile up either to the upside or to the downside, which is now starting to happen. So we have about $80 million worth of long positions sitting at 97.3K. And we have about $120 million sitting at about 104,000 for the Bitcoin price. Still, in my personal opinion, nothing really to write home about, nothing major going on these Bitcoin liquidation heat maps. But if we start to see some more liquidity starting to pile up, leaning either bullish or bearish, that will also give us a better sense of direction for the market. Next, taking a quick look at the Bitcoin ETF flow tables. Yesterday, we saw another close to $400 million inflow. So the Bitcoin ETF investors are still just accumulating at these prices. And so long as we continue to see massive hundreds of millions of dollars worth of inflows every single weekday, then obviously this is going to have an upwards pressuring effect on the Bitcoin price. So again, just to summarize here, for today, I don't really have a bullish or a bearish outlook. I've just shown you some of the possibilities, but for now, it looks like this bearish divergence is just playing out exactly as expected on the one-day time frame. Typically, a bearish divergence points towards a break from all of this bullish price action that we saw there recently, and typically it shows up in the form of some choppy sideways price action or some bearish momentum, which is also why over the last couple of days I've been a bit more cautious with giving a strong opinion on if we are going to see bullish or bearish price action next year, because I'm also waiting for this bearish divergence to actually be fully played out, which can take a bit more time. And I think especially over the weekend here, as I'm recording this video, I am not expecting a lot of volatility until we actually get to late on Sunday. But of course, keep your eyes on those lower time frames and make sure you do not miss some kind of major pump or dump or anything. But for now, this is just looking like we are chopping this and eventually we're going to get a break down below, or we're just bouncing from this Fibonacci golden bucket here. Either way, this has been today's market update. Sorry for not really giving any clear sense of momentum, either to the upside or to the downside 2 days in a row here, but we're just chopping sideways for now after we saw that big crash to the downside and big recovery. So that's why I've been kind of patient and waiting for some kind of clear setup to emerge in the charts so I can take advantage of that and of course share that with you guys as well. But like I said, thank you for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.